took a break, a cryo sleep. And as I dreamt, I thought real deep about my base, a place called home. This place where I am all alone. I dreamt of rain, blue sunny skies, my home revealed by gold sunrise. Still standing tall, magnificent, in perfect shape and placement. Suddenly awakened by a noisy bass alarm. I am jolted from my sleep with a stretching of my arm. Somewhere a nearby circuit has detected things amiss, but with sleepy eyes I struggle to identify the hits. Then slowly as I wake up and my body comes alive, I am brought back to reality, reminded of my strife. I am out here all alone on a rock amidst the stars, putting band-aids on the leaking pipes and dressing age-old scars. Oh. I remember how it used to be, O2 power and pain, coping with demand and getting ice again, checking the alignment, getting power from the sun, offload all the ice, then do another run. I'm suddenly reminded that I cannot leave the base, nor even use a cockpit for the blocks that I must place. I have to think more lately to make sure things get done. Agoraphobic engineering isn't something to be won. Roof needs raising, made it by mistake. Storage still a problem, large cargo I must make. What else did I need to build? There's lots more I must do, but I simply don't remember. I just do not have a clue. Thinking, watching video, watching video. It seems a lifetime ago when I started this idea, in a place that's very distant and a long, long way from here. It seems to be much harder now. I really feel the fear. Agoraphobic engineering, but I am still here, staring blankly into space. Mind can't take it in, and suddenly I'm thinking, should I join the human race?
Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Agoraphobic Engineering. So it's been a little while, and as I'm sure you're all probably well aware, quite a lot has happened, which is why I've had to take a few months out of recording, and I'm still struggling to get back into it, and yeah, sort of forgotten everything that I was doing here. So I did a little bit of an intro to try and remind myself more than anything what was going on. I've also had a little bit of a break from Space Engineers. I've been playing a bit of Subnautica, so my muscle memory is all to cock. So I'm going to be pressing a few wrong buttons and things. But here we are, back in this wonderful little base, and beginning to wonder why I ever left the Earth-like planet. Solitude, they say. Well, yeah, this is definitely solitude. So, in the previous episodes, one of the things I suggested was that my end game for this little playthrough would be to build a ship. Let me get back into my own self. Here we go. Yeah, the plan was to build a ship and then travel back to the Earth-like planet. You see it? See it over by the sun there somewhere, one of those planets over there. But it is something ridiculous, like 100,000 kilometers or something away from here. And I feel once I've built the ship, I think that's going to be a fairly boring journey unless I introduce some more mods and things, which then we might as well just be doing Far From Alone again. So I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose, I'm not sure whether I'm going to do small grid or large grid. Originally I was going to do a large grid, build it out off that connector down there, because I can't use cockpits. So just as a reminder, everything has to be done remotely from within here. I'm not allowed to go outside. I don't have a jetpack or even a helmet or a suit or anything, and I can't use cockpits. So I've given myself a bit of a challenge here, haven't I? Now, I need to do some things. First of all, I built this roof one block too low. It was always meant to be a block higher than that. But I don't think it matters because... Let's get some keys back on the keyboard. One of the things I desperately need to do is all these little storage boxes here are stupid and annoying, so I wanted to put probably one of these round the back here. There is room for it, but obviously everything has to be done remotely, so I need a blueprint. So we're going to start with that, and I don't need to build it, so let's just blueprint that. And I was kind of calling it, I think, something starting with A. So we'll call this large grid and no, just large cargo. That'll do. Shift key's not working again. Okay, so now that we've got that, don't need that anymore. But we do need to load up the components, and I'm completely out of touch with everything that I've got. We do have somewhere down there, we do have a utility ship, I believe. So what I'm going to do is just pop those back in there for a second. Oops, wrong button again. And we're going to go for cargo. Was one of those. So we've got everything selected correctly. Hit to the build planner. And then what? Want to go to... Oh, I can't even remember the name of the ships. Hang on, there is the cargo. I think possibly we're going to have to use Mr. Nifty for this. I called him. Oh, you've got a load of stuff in you. And nearly full. Have we even got everything we need? I don't think we have. Let's have a look. You. Do not. Okay. Okay, let's just check that again then. So, large cargo, can't read it. Interior plate, 300, 24 metal grids, 20 motors. Oh, we might have actually. Let's go back to there. Metal grids, metal grids. Did I see metal grids? Yes. Okay, let's see how much this thing can carry. So between the welder and the connector, can we transfer into there? Looking like no. To there. Well, it says it's done it. There's definitely not enough stuff there to build it, is there? Okay. Where did it put it? Cargo container, no. It says it transferred it, but it definitely didn't. Okay, so then the other thing we need to do is load up the... It's the main one on the sub. Access it from there. So we'll go up here, might we? Now, if I remember correctly, that switches on base antenna. Yes. Huge range. And Mr. Nifty's antenna is currently off. Sorry, I'm playing catch up here because I really can't remember. Startup shutdown. Yes, so that comes on automatically when we disconnect you. So do your lights. So does your battery. Oh, okay. So we've got enough stuff to place it. Oh, before I do, vector. On. So then we want AEG cargo. Oh, okay. Why not? Yeah. EELG. Oh, large cargo. That's why. Copy you to clipboard. Make sure you've got keep projection on. And then we've got to try and remember how to place this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my camera. I know I said I wasn't going to go through terrain, but I suppose I should really stick to that. Otherwise we're cheating. So we close you. Should open that door. Nope. Yes. Then we don't have to cheat. Okay, so there's our cargo container, and I need to get that into scrap. Some lights. Oh, okay, how are we going to get that into there? I appear to have not left myself a hole. Okay, that was a tight squeeze. But we made it. Right, let's switch the lights off. Hopefully. Assuming the camera's at the front. Yes. Alright, and we can process that stone anyway. So, now that we can get there, seem to remember somebody suggested a long time ago I should change this seat for a control seat. It's probably not a bad idea. We've got an event controller somewhere, haven't we? Seated. Is that the one? Interleave seat. Couch flying. Yes. It's this one, isn't it? So if I were to change that for kind of a control seat, not going to break anything, is it? And have I got one on here anywhere? Probably not, because I don't think I've done any of that kind of thing, have I? Okay, control. That's ridiculous. 100 computers in a chair? I suppose there's a control seat. Got on me. Stuff on me. Okay, and then the event controller, then this should be... Let's see. I know it's the only one we've got, but... So, event controller... Where'd it go, where'd it go, where'd it go, where'd it go? Seated. That one. So... When we're seated, it switches the antenna on. Perfect. So our antenna should be on at the moment, shouldn't it? Which it isn't. Okay, now back in again. Now it is. Cool. That was easy enough. Now, how do I do this? Want the... no, that one. Want the remote controls for all of the ships. So we'll start with that one. Then probably the utilities, the next most likely, and then miner. And we can't access the other one from here, I don't think. Any way of doing that? I don't think there is. No, because that wouldn't do anything. Okay, so if I go control for Mr. Nifty, that one there, that one there. Got some stuff on you, but you're nowhere near full. I don't know why it didn't put everything we needed in there. Strange. So now we needed 300 of those. Can't carry all that anyway. So we can go make a start, and then we're going to have to jiggle things. All right. So before I undock, could really do with being able to control the blueprint from here, couldn't we? How can we? Oh, can't do that. think we have... Hang on, let me undock so that we don't confuse the issue here. So, at 9. Ooh, close. Where is the blueprint? So we're going to have to do this one the old-fashioned way, I think. What was it called? Sub? No. No, it's on there. Sub. Sorry, this has been a little bit difficult because I'm having to remember what I'm doing at the same time. Work it all out. So that's vertical, so you're definitely going to need to be down there, and then that's going to have to be across there somewhere. Do it this way so we can actually see it moving forward. That range there. Squeeze through the gap. No, that's one too far. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, this is tight. So, can't tell if that's right or not. I think that's right, yeah, because we definitely can't put it on that conveyor. So that's definitely right, isn't it? Okay. So then I've got to get in a position where I can get in and out of the components, but still be able to weld it up. So that's going to be from the here, I think, isn't it? So we've no way of knowing what we've already put in. So we put everything in that we had. Okay. It'd be so much easier if I could just grab them out of there, wouldn't it? Block missing there. Interesting. Alright, let's go grab a load more something. A load more anything. There's a scrap floating about up there, look. Okay. This is going to be pretty boring for you guys to watch, so leave this with me. I'm going to be docking and undocking and grabbing and welding, and it's all going to get very boring. But I will bring you back in a second when that's all welded up. Oh, camera's not in the middle. Okay. Right, I'm hoping this will be the last load. Something spawned in. It's pirate. Because if it's not, I don't know what we're short of. There is no way of knowing. Like if you look at this with a welder, it'll tell you what you need, but it doesn't when you're doing it remotely, so I'm kind of hoping I've got everything I need. Well, let's stop welding it. So, assume it's built. Where are we? Where am I looking? Large cargo. Yeah, so it's not red. But we have to assume that that's built. Okay. Well, that was fun. That's a bit of a tight squeeze in there. And we could stick another one on here, but I'd probably put maybe a hydrogen tank on there. Speaking of hydrogen, we should go and check on how our other ship is doing, shouldn't we? So yeah, Mr. Nifty, as I called it. Somebody actually did suggest, I think, a better name for it, but I've long since forgotten what that name was. Sorry about that. This camera is not in the middle, which makes it extremely difficult, the docking. And there, yeah. There. Okay, so yeah, so I just took a bit of everything, as you can see. Kind of hoped that would do the job. Right, so our large cargo then, we need to call that CC, and then the small cargo no longer C, so just call that like tools or something. And we've got one for ingot somewhere, and then I can get rid of all of these excess ones because they are a bit of a pain. Yeah, I just added loads of little ones. Type then, because I was running out of storage, so that was alright. Right, let us what? Let us do small cargo, the base only, and then let's do CC up there, and just compile all of these into some sort of order. Okay, those, and kind of have a loose order in my head that I keep these things in. And that should be everything, and then we'll just chuck these in that one. Yeah. Salvage somewhere, didn't we? Okay, and then anything else? We've got a bit of ammo in the guns, but that is the only ammo I've got. Small container ingots. So we're not doing brilliantly on iron, are we? We've got a fair bit of silicon, got some nickel, plenty of cobalt, silver, a little bit of gold, tiny bit of black, very little magnesium, and can't even talk about that. So I'm going to have to go out and farm a bit of iron, I think, and then we'll push it ahead of the cobalt because, well, just don't need the cobalt. Right, okay, Space Pirate's been leaving me alone even though I had my antenna on, so let's go and have a look. Oh, no, wrong button. Shift K. Let's have a look how you're doing. Oh, you're getting low on hydrogen, huh? Yes, so you definitely need some ice. Fortunately, we have ice. Just going to fill you up and then see how you're doing on processing. Okay, so tank. So oxygen. Okay, you haven't got much, have you? You're filling with hydrogen, and you're our extra large one. Okay, so I must have just gone back and emptied you. and then probably brought you back and done one load. Okay, that's cool. I'll leave you sit there processing for a minute. And okay, so now I've got that blooming bar on my screen again. Really irritating bug. Can you see it just on the right hand side of the screen there? So, how are we doing? Battery base. Oh, we only got one battery. Completed in 5 hours. Ooh. That's not good. Okay, tank. 28 oxygen, that's okay. And we've only got a small tank on the base, which is empty. Ooh. Okay, and you're at 44, you're at 56. Well, that's not good, is it? So we don't have any hydrogen here to be able to refill those ships. Okay. Right. Let us... what should we do? Get rid of those small cargo containers, I think. Should we maybe... Well, we definitely need more batteries. Should we maybe put some more O2 gens in there and start processing ice here? I don't know. Right, who are you? You're 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, it's all gone dark. So you must be ingots. Yes. So the only thing you connect to... This is the only thing you connect to, isn't it? Oh, oh, I haven't got any lights, have I? Oh, yes, I have. Yeah, let's get rid of these.
Inventory full.
Oh, still got the stone on. Okay. Now, I don't think that assembler needs to stay there, but I don't really have another good place for it at the moment. Can get 2 mods on it. I put it up there. We'd have to connect in from the top, wouldn't we? We do that, do you think? Could get 3 mods on it then, but one's going to be sticking out. Okay. Sorry, a lot of umming and ahhing going on here. I'm still kind of trying to get my head around where I was, what I was thinking when we last played this, so it's taking me a hot moment to figure that out. So we've got a battery there. That's connected through that. So that's actually connecting everything there, isn't it? I was thinking if I take that out, I could put batteries in there, but I can't then because we've broken the conveyor, haven't we? well, let's... First things first. Nothing in you. Hold on a minute. Isn't there normally ingots in there? We empty them out. We're emptying them out. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is grind you down. And then let's stick you somewhere up out of the way. So that I can get some mods on you. So if we mark that one, just paint it a stupid colour, then we should be able to find it from the outside, shouldn't we? Then we can put you up there. And that will make that airtight on the end, and then I can extend out that way if I need to. About the other way. And have to make sure that's secured, wouldn't we? Sorry, umming and ahhing, lots of umming and ahhing. Let's paint you two blue as well, so that we know where it is. Then we'll put there. I think it really matters, but that is a conveyor port on there, isn't it? So if I put it just thinking of options for the future, that puts a conveyor port on the back there that we could use, but then we could put one on the end here as well. No, I'm going to do it like that. Oh, it's going to be a long job. Okay. Oh, any steel? Okay. So I've marked the outside 2 blocks, well 3 blocks, so that we can find them if we need them later to poke a hole through the wall for anything, and that should keep it airtight. Ooh, need more ice. So the next thing to do, I think, is I'm going to run a pipe up from that ventilator there and across to it. Then that means we no longer need to rely on this conveyor path. I think that's sensible, but let's just go and give this fella some more ice, shall we? Okay. You. Oh. Do remote access. You. Control. Thank you. And what was I doing? Oh yes, we need to lay a load of pipes. We also need to think about CO2, and I don't know, lights. I don't know if I need to leave that there. There's probably going to be a better place for it, maybe on the end. So we could leave it there for now, couldn't we? So if I put these things, they act like conveyors if you right way around, and it gives us one on the end as well. So if I put that there, a couple of them, I don't think we can feed enough ice for 2 of them. We're having to transport ice here, so I think we'll just do 1 for now. Then we're going to need some stuff for these. Maybe we should do this in a different colour. Green's a bit boring, isn't it? Colour should we do? Maybe like a brown? That one, then there, there, and I guess we could leave that vent in for now. Isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so just you in there. Oh, come on, you reached a minute ago. Thank you. And then we can chop you out of there. Oh. That feeds the rest of the conveyor network, doesn't it? I think. So we might have to have something there. Oh, that's a bit of a nuisance. That feeds from those 2 tanks. That. Okay. Gosh, I'd forgotten about that. I'm pretty sure that feeds like. Oh, there, that's fed from there, isn't it? Apparently not. Fed from underneath. Ugh. Just ruined my plan. Well, before we get too carried away, let us some of this welded. Just worry about that afterwards. Three or 4? 2, 3, 4. Get up there. Up. No. Up. No. Oh. Well, it is getting quite a big room, so we could put another vent in there, or I could move that vent from there, but then I put there. Where's me vents? Oh. Mind you, another vent in there, then we're going to have to control both. Let's just put a pipe in there for now. Ooh. Did I have enough stuff? Right, so that's all connected that back up, and then we can put a battery in there. Oop, no. Buttons, buttons, buttons. Wow, she had enough stuff for it. Okay, I know all we've done really is rejiggle stuff, but I think future-proofing, it means I can get some mods on that. Maybe power and perhaps 1 speed, 2 power, 1 speed, something like that. That should help a little bit. You don't need to be switched on at the moment. That'll help a little bit with the power. But we do need... no, yeah. If I put a large hydrogen tank behind the base here, that's all very well and good, but it'll take ages to fill, and then if I build a ship, am I going to build large grid or small grid? I mean, I could build a small grid ship with an interior and possibly even build that in here. Which would be a lot easier than trying to blueprint every single block to build one out there. If I do that, then we'll definitely need a large hydrogen tank outside. Okay, well it's only stuff. It's only stuff. Stop worrying about it. I think it's gonna have to be one of those. Print you. Name you. So you AE. Launch grid. Launch a H tank. Doing it. We know what we mean. Okay. So then we need to put that into our sub, which I've just turned off. Blueprints. Sure, we only have 1 H tank. Sure, you keep projection. Not that that actually matters for what we're doing now, but right. Oh, this is going to be a lot of steel tubes, isn't it? I'm sure I switched off unknown signals, you know. I'm absolutely certain I switched off unknown signals. Can we possibly use this? Because blueprint's going to be over there, isn't it? It's like it needs rotating, but do sub. No, we need to back that off. We need to rotate it. It kind of works that way, doesn't it? Yeah. That'll be alright. Be alright. Connects. All we got to do now is build it. Yeah, and there's our blocks that we now know. Well, can't take them all. Well, I suppose we could because it's conveyed in now, isn't it? So yeah, we could take all three of those out if we needed to. Do another mod on or something. We're out of ice again. No. Okay, so let's go back to there. Let's go back to control. We're nearly full. So that's a good sign. Where are we? Where are we in relation to the hole? Okay, all the way up there. Okay. Why are the oxygen tanks not filling up very fast compared to the hydrogen? Is that just the way it works? Oh, yeah, we've got some kind of a mod on, haven't we? It makes oxygen very, very hard to get. But there's a significant difference between the oxygen and the hydrogen, isn't it? Okay. What was I doing? Tank. Yeah, we need... we need the components for one of those. So, if I were to put you... I know you're completely in the way. If I put you there, put the components into you. I don't need to weld it up, but it'll tell me when I've got enough components for it. So tell me what components I need. Okay, so we have got enough components for it. Can't get my big utility ship round the back there, I don't think. Not easily. Without scraping everything in sight. So let's drop those steel plates back into the thingy. Then
inventory full.
if I go to Mr. 50, stuff in. Okay, so give those, we get all of those, some of those. Okay.
Inventory full.
Mr. Nifty has a space in his name. Okay. Okay, you're going to drop all these components on the floor, aren't you?
Inventory full.
I don't think he's going to be able to carry all of the stuff. In fact, I'm pretty certain he can't carry all of the stuff. Oh, I don't know, you know. Isn't that much left. Welders can carry a lot of stuff. Selected. Can. Well, I'm shocked. I didn't think he'd carry a whole hydrogen tank. Right, so the blueprint's set up. He should have all of the stuff he needs. So let's go to him. Lock. Oh, he's heavy. Oh, he's very heavy. Yeah, I'm going to be careful here because stopping isn't much of an option, as you can see. Oh, I did do a big hole, didn't I? Kind of mean to do all that down there. Oh, yep. Slidey. Make a good drift car. Right, let's weld. Yes. Perfect. Well, that was easy. I really didn't think Mr. Nifty would be able to carry enough stuff for a large hydrogen tank. Actually quite surprised me. Right, somewhat level. Bring it round. Find where we are. Somewhere about there, I think. Would be much easier if that camera was in the middle. Hey, can't have everything right. Okay, so we no longer need that one. And what I think I'll do is, because he was empty, wasn't he? Just check. Yes, naught, yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swap him.
Inventory full.
Oh. Swap him. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, we can do it up here. Pretty sure this is still connected. I was going to say, I was going to swap him for an oxygen tank. Because this one is nearly full. And obviously we're still making oxygen. That one. That's the one we want. And I guess while we're here we can actually just change the colour of you as well. So, is that the same? Tell. Same. Small oxygen, that's the one we want. Right. And nothing on the build planner. Okay, so yeah, because we're manufacturing oxygen using our farms. I don't want to be wasting it. So if that one does get full, like when we bring the next load back, I want to have somewhere else we can put it. So yeah, happy with that. Oh, also, something I was going to talk to you guys about. I think we can shut that now. Yeah, farms. So you will notice in the bottom left-hand corner of my screen there is no food. I've actually switched off the survival thing for this playthrough. They look half built. That's weird. Just be the shadow of the solar panel. Yeah, I switched off the Apex survival food thing simply because, I mean, I could change some of those out, maybe one side or half of or whatever, and put the algae farms in there, and you know we'd be fine. We could manage with that. But once I've done that, you're just going to end up with so much algae, and you're just going to be making, you know, the algae what they call pellet things, and we're just going to be surviving off that because there's no way of getting any other food out here. So I decided it wasn't really worth it for this playthrough. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. Because you're just it's a constant, like, oh, I got to eat pellet, pellet, pellet. Oh, I got to eat pellet, pellet, pellet. It's boring, and doesn't really prove anything. You know, maybe when you start out a new playthrough, then you add that in as a challenge, I suppose. But like oxygen, once you get on top of it, it's no longer a problem. And it's the same with the algae. Once you get on top of it, it's no longer a problem, and you're never gonna. It would be rare. I mean, you might find in a passing ship, perhaps you might find some seeds, but I just decided it doesn't need to. We don't need it. It doesn't do anything to enhance the challenge that I'm going through at the moment. So there's that. Right. Lastly, then, what I'm going to do is just have a look at this fella here. So he's 100% full on hydrogen. The oxygen is obviously going to take an eternity. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a load of ice. And then I'm going to go and offload the hydrogen because we need it. Here's home. There she is, all the way down there. Okay, just sure we're kind of lined up a little bit. Right, I won't bore you with the journey back. Just going to only take a couple of minutes. See you when we get there. Okay, I don't know when we need to start slowing down with a full load of ice, but I'm just going to cut a bit of speed off. Slows down pretty quick, actually. We do need to get some lights set up in this hangar. The little intro that I did for you, it was pitch black, and I had to put some lights in there just to be able to film the intro. Done this for, how long now? August was the last time, I think. It's now January, so 5 months since I tried to dock this thing in here. So, could it be that one? that looks like the back camera. So that one. Yes. Assuming it's at... Oh, we've hit something. Assuming it's at the front. There? Yes. And connect. Perfect. Alright, and should we just check? Just in case. Screwed up. We could really do with moving that connector back, couldn't we? Kind of a bit of a tight squeeze in there. Alrighty. So, I'm going to line up with the button, and then I'm going to go to there. There we go. So I'm going to offload all of this hydrogen into a nice new big tank, and probably go and mine some iron and things, because we are getting quite short of iron. Just come back into my own self. And, yep, that all worked. Oh, we left your lights on. But I think, given that this was a bit of a catch-up, yeah, see what I mean, how dark it is, I definitely need to get some lights up there. Yeah, this was more a bit of a catch-up episode for me, really, to remind myself of everything that we've got, what's going on, things. So I think we've made some good progress. We can get some mods on that next time. May or may not. Whether to leave that on or to save the ice. Oh, well, we can always get more ice. Yeah, I decided against raising the roof. Originally I thought, oh, it was a mistake, I didn't put it block high enough. But actually I think this is probably big enough, and if we need to, we can always raise it in the future. I can create a 3-block high and obviously fairly large thing in here without a problem. So yeah, in the next episode, what I would like to do is to give some serious consideration to building some kind of a ship that we won't fly all the way back to Earth. I think that would just be a very boring number of episodes. I mean, we could introduce reavers and things, but we've done that. We've been there. Far From Alone was all about that, and it would be just the same thing. Far From Alone was 25,000 kilometers. This is more like 100,000 kilometers, and I just think it would get boring. So I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to make a ship that would be capable of doing that journey. Whether that's large grid or small grid, I don't know. I'm open to suggestions. We can build off that conveyor down there, and I've put a door in here on purpose. So the idea is to, obviously with the door closed, to grind off this window and then extend a passageway, maybe Willis ducts out, so that I can walk into my ship. And then when we're ready to leave, we'll simply grind off the Willis ducts and convert our ship into a ship. So hopefully all that's to come. Please leave your comments, and I don't normally do this in an episode, but because there's been such a large gap between the last episode and this episode, I want to personally thank everybody who has stayed subscribed to me, and especially my members who have continued their support for me. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. It meant a lot to me at a very, very difficult time. Still going through it a little bit, still got things to sort out, my house being one of them, but I think the pressure is diminishing now, and I'm feeling a little bit more like getting back into it. So thank you so much. Anyway, I'll see you in the next episode. Look after yourselves now. Take care. Bye bye.
Should I join the human race?